Bitcoin stands on the edge of a breakout. BlackRock is revising its spot Bitcoin ETF application, pushing the buck forward, and we have one of the largest up-and-coming altcoins pausing overnight. What is happening? All this and more on today's Blockchain Basement.
Bum, 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 bum. You ready for this? I'm ready. Welcome.
If you're gonna screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What you got?
They could start chopping off fingers and they're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Out to give the numbers out. And I was like, no, hang up the phone right now.
Or like when it dropped in 2020, was it like exciting?
400,000 to 600,000. The generational signals are now.
Level. So I don't even know if we're gonna get back below there, but if we do, that's kind of where we
I'm rocking the Frankie Candle shirt. We got to check it out here. We got the bing bong going on.
Who's this guy?
What's up? How you guys doing? What do we have on the couch
Yo,
here?
it's me. Crypto Huddy.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Hootie
Crypto
Slices.
Huddy.
Hootie Slices, as he's best known as.
I'm bringing the pizza around the office.
That's right.
If you
We're
want
here
a
to
slice,
bring you
let
the
me know.
alpha.
You know, always creeping around. Glad to have you on the show, man. He's
Yeah,
always, you know,
happy to be here.
peeking
I
his
watch
head
all the
in.
time, so happy to be on the show. So here I am. Let's get it.
It's Hitch. Aaron, how you doing, man?
Doing great. You know, I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'll be
That's
honest,
true.
guys. Drew came up to my desk in tears saying, Aaron, please come be on the show.
Yeah. I mean, I was desperate. You know what I mean?
So I said, Drew, I'll come down there and I'll bring that alpha.
Well, we got BJ out. He's like, I think he's actually finally taking a real vacation instead of running Magic tournaments. Hannah out. Someone passed away, so she's at a funeral. So
TJ's traveling.
prayers for that.
Kelly's
So I guess
traveling.
I will be the eye candy for today.
yeah, TJ's out there meeting. I'm not going to tell you who TJ's out there meeting right now, but needless to say, we're doing well.
He
so.
might be the president of the United States.
You think he's going to be the president of the U.S.? I like him. I like him.
Wow.
Owen, how are you doing today? People liked your microtech yesterday, showing off that knife alpha. You know, you're gonna do a
You
knife
show
show.
off a knife?
What's going on,
Yeah,
Scout?
he was showing off a knife yesterday. He's embarrassed.
He's
now.
an
I
Eagle
got-
Everyone
Scout.
call Owen Scout.
Owen's an
I got
Eagle
it.
Scout.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
Eagle
no.
Scout.
Yeah.
Always selling popcorn around the office.
I'm not an Eagle Scout. Never was.
You know, I think I was talking to Owen. I think I realized why I like him just a bunch is he's an ectomorph. I know what it was. I grew up an ectomorph.
What
You
is
know,
that?
it's a type of body. You know what I mean? You're just skinny as hell until you're 26, and then you get thick and sick with it.
Yeah.
So you know.
Everyone's got a type.
Yep, everyone's got a type. I did a workout last night and just about died. TJ has this personal trainer person that was in there, been coming in, and I finally decided to do this circuit training, like very much cardio based. And you know, when I was doing the arm guard job, they made us do it like 3 times a week, so I got kind of used to it. You know, your body, like when you first get started in like mixed martial arts, you just it's that shock to the body. Then when you start doing it more and more, I have not done it in like 2 years. And
Did you throw up?
I was about to die.
Did you
I was
throw
about
up?
to die. Yeah.
I heard someone throw up. I'm not going to say no.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to say who it was
I heard
either.
someone throw up
Really?
3 times.
Nope.
What?
way.
No.
3 times.
Who?
Nope, not saying.
And I'm like, I don't know if I want to go do this training
I
or
was
not.
tasting iron though. I was like that moment when you get so exhausted, you start tasting iron in your lungs.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Definitely had that going on. So
It was TJ.
it was
So
no
Whoops.
way.
Did
Okay.
he actually?
Yeah, I mean, he was working out
Whoa.
hard.
he worked hard. That's just the thing. He's,
Yeah.
he's getting
That's
back
a
into
worker.
it. Just had a baby.
Yeah, he's getting
Come on.
after it. Getting after it. You know, when you have kids, you just kind of, I don't know, when my wife got pregnant, I gained almost as much weight as she did. And it just happens. You know what I mean? I went from like
All
a 30,
muscle.
Well, no, not at all. I went from a 34 waist up to a 42 and then back down. I'm somewhere around like 38 right now. So it's an ebb and flow, kind of like the crypto market.
I was about to say, do you guys talk about crypto on the
I know.
show?
Yeah, it's an ebb and flow, my waistline, just like crypto. We'll check out the markets right now. But I am going to be looking a little bit closer at why I'm feeling good, extra good about Chainlink. I'm going to be judging HBAR a little bit more closely today on its token unlocks. But in general, I'm feeling great because Bitcoin is setting up for some exciting action. This is the 1 day.
Wow.
But this is the 7 day. It's got a nice shelf. It's showing a little bit of feistiness. If you back up just a little bit more, we'll go to the 1 year here. So this is what I'm looking for, is a break back up to retest this 31.5 mark. And I'm sure we're going to get slapped down again once we get to this level, but I do expect us to attempt to break through it once again. So my thesis is working out so far. It feels absolutely fantastic to see this playing out in real time. And if you are the forest of the trees type person like myself, in general, as long as the internet doesn't shut off and the CIA doesn't hack all of our wallets all at once simultaneously through backdoors that have been built in since the 70s,
That'll
then we
never
should
happen.
be fine.
That'll never happen.
Yeah, I mean, you would imagine that. That's an extreme case of
could, though.
SHTF, but, you know, not probable, but possible. And, you know, the rest of the market, the one thing that I wanted to kind of start off with on, you know, everyone knows I'm into Chainlink. We're going to just look at, I want to bring expectations. Oh, Chainlink. Okay.
Ooh, that's a different coin.
Yeah.
I heard Solana got a nice pump today.
Yeah. Solana's been doing good. It's somewhere around $24. That's the one that I'm not going to be I mean, Solana, I'll have a small bag just in case it does breach its previous all-time high, but I expect Solana to land like $150 for Solana. Ooh. Next bull run.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a big one. Chainlink, this is what I want to show you guys. So right now, the market cap, if you fully dilute the market cap, it's at $7.3 billion. There's a max supply of 1 billion Chainlink, okay? The circulating supply, how many Chainlink are out right now is only at 550 million Chainlink, which is 55% of that supply. But the token unlock schedule for Chainlink is at 7% every year. So keeping that in mind, I want to think about the fact that, you know, we sit here and we kind of have talked about Bitcoin spot ETFs as being the most intrinsically important thing for crypto to really achieve new all-time highs. I disagree with that sentiment. I think that if we do get Bitcoin spot ETFs, that's going to absolutely skyrocket the price. But I like to build a plan from the bottom up with reasonable expectations. And, you know, if I'm wrong about having those reasonable expectations and things go exponentially better than I thought, that's a good problem to have. So I like to kind of think from that mindset so that you're not overextending yourself. You're not spending money that you can't afford to put into a market, a risk market looking for upward potential. Mm-hmm. Right now, there's 55% of Chainlink circulating. By mid-2025, which is my target for the next all-time highs to be being reached in crypto markets, Chainlink's supply, instead of being this 556 million Chainlink out right now, will actually be 750 to 760 million Chainlink out at the time of the next all-time high. So we're keeping that in mind. We look at the overall market cap. Diluted is 7.3 right now, but we're going to look at its previous performance. Go to the all-time. It hit over $20 billion at its absolute peak. This is when everything that you touched in crypto was at least doing 10x's. And it hit $20 billion last cycle. The overall market cap for crypto, we'll go here, topped out just under $3 trillion right there. That stupid thing. I hate that it blocks, but it's essentially, you can see it's right there. Just under $3 trillion is where it peaked out at. So we have this reasonable expectation for diminishing returns. And diminishing returns is kind of looking at how Bitcoin is having less and less of a velocity to the upside for every bull market that it experiences. Yes, they're explosive and they are great, but keeping diminishing returns in mind, if it does follow the same pattern of diminishing returns, Bitcoin's all-time high will land somewhere in the $90,000 to $120,000 mark, which is not bad from current levels. But if you're buying 25K Bitcoin, it goes up to 100K, it's a 4X. It's not horrible. I'm trying to be a little bit more aggressive because last time I was able to get Bitcoin at like $4,000. I don't have that opportunity right now. So I'm looking at Chainlink. So Chainlink topped out at $20 billion last cycle. The overall market cap hit $3 trillion, but of this $3 trillion market cap, Bitcoin only made up $1.2 trillion. So we're talking, I'm thinking a reasonable expectation for the entire cryptocurrency market cap to hit is $5 trillion without a spot Bitcoin ETF being approved. That is my target within reason in my mind. So keeping that in mind, let's say the market does in general go up to that $5 trillion mark, and Chainlink performs in the same regard, doesn't overperform, just does what it did last market, keeps relevant, keeps in the news, does all the things, then I'm expecting something very explosive for Chainlink. Let's check it out here. So we'll go to Coin Perspective. We got Chainlink up here. Now, currently, let's reset this. So I want to just reset this to where it currently is. We have, I don't want to have that. So where do we have it? Custom
Chainlink
supply.
and chickens.
Chainlink and chickens. So we got, this is the custom circulating supply that you can input on Coin Perspective, where it increases the future amount of link that'll be in the market. So we increase that to what it will be in mid of 2025, 755 million Chainlink. And then we look for a market cap of 5x $20 billion. I hate this highlighter. So our last all-time high was $20 billion. If the market 5x's from that, will be somewhere around $100 billion. Good Lord, this thing is just losing its mind. Look at it.
Ooh,
It's
Big
tripping
numbers
out.
can't handle.
Yeah. All right,
This
so
is cool.
that would put each chain link at that future circulating supply level. If everything follows the same general process without the moon math of Bitcoin spot ETFs being approved, you're looking at $134 per Chainlink token.
You got my attention.
That's huge right now. I
You
mean,
got my
and I know
attention.
that people are looking at this, where is it? Chainlink chart went away. So they're looking at this range that it's in right now. And there's a lot of fear because a lot of people are like, well, what if it goes back down in the red area? We're in the green area. And it's reasonable to expect that we would go back down into the red. I am taking a risk by calling out that this could be potentially where Chainlink finds its footing and finally finds some support in this chop level around $7.50. I pulled the trigger on Chainlink at about 590. Because I felt like we were entering the end of this absolute Bitcoin dominated series of life. And over the next few months, I do expect Ethereum to start making a resurgence. You can see here, if you go down to the Bitcoin dominance, I like how this graph lays it out. The blue is the Bitcoin dominance level and the green is Ethereum. I see the potential for Ethereum fighting for a flat line and a way back on up right here at the end. My God, I hate how they cover up everything. I'll go to this side here. Isn't that rude? Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
you know what I don't hate?
What's that?
If you smash the like button right now. Why don't you guys do that? What is that right now?
Where are we at? I can't tell. That one's just hitting buttons.
34?
34. We got to pump those numbers
So
up.
easy
Let's get to
do.
50
Gotta
right
pump
now.
those numbers up,
Let's
man.
do it.
Because, I just wanted to start off with this. That $134 per Chainlink is a very bullish number to think about. But also, you can apply the same process of thinking to any token that you're interested in getting into. And, obviously, I felt good about what I had seen from Hadera and the hash graph and all these different upgrades. The price action, been lackluster on Hadera. I'm definitely in on Hadera. And so, I looked at the token unlock schedule for Hadera is kind of weird. So I'll just start off with this. This is from Hadera.com, their treasury management report. Hadera reports new and existing allocations of unallocated supply into allocated supply as soon as practicable after the allocation becomes effective. So basically, that reads to me, it's kind of a gray area. So I looked into what has actually happened with the unlocks to get a better picture of it. We go down here all the way to the bottom. This is cryptorank.io. This is the vesting schedule. And this graph is not what's to come. This is what's already happened. So kind of like a picture of oxygen to a drowning person. Here's what's happened. So you see September 15th, November 30th, February 29, all the way through. This is data from 2020 up until now. It's essentially happened every 3 months. And the next one, move my face out of the way so they can see this next one coming out. It's going to be on, where is it? November 30th, 2023. 42 days from now. But the interesting thing about this is if you look through the whole history of the Hadera unlocks, they average about 3%. Some of them are 6%, a lot of them at 2.5. They average right around 4% every 3 months. This next one coming up is only 0.3%. And and they decide that just about system usage and the kind of the governance tokens within the ecosystem vote on what will be allocated. But in general, that supply schedule is a little bit different. And, what it was in the past was an average of 3% released every 3 months, 3 times 4 for every year. So you're basically coming out with right around 12% per year of the token, which, that's got a faster rate of kind of release. So when I go back to CoinMarketCap, we'll check out, I think I actually have the tab here. Yeah. So circulating supply, similar to Chainlink, it's a little bit more. It's at 67% circulating. This is actually going to be a little bit less of an exciting movement just because it's got a faster release schedule if they return back to what they were doing in that 3% per 3-month release kind of time frame. Hadera is one, like, I want to say that this is just a dirty good buying opportunity. Like,
tell me it's gonna pump a ton. Just please tell me that.
I mean, it's not gonna lose hard, but it might top out, somewhere around 70 cents, maybe $1.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. So it's not like horrible. It is a smaller market cap. The market cap is what's that? 1.5 billion. So, and the last graph, well, the fully diluted, let's look at the fully diluted, 2.3 billion for the fully diluted. This is a much smaller, higher risk play with higher return capabilities than Chainlink. So keeping that in mind, if the community is really robust by the time the next bull market is really in full flux, we could see my prediction blown out of the water. But I just want to keep in mind we're keeping a level head when we look at these projects because there's so many 100x guarantees or everything's going to the moon that get people kind of wrecked and leave them with a bad taste in their mouth, and I hate seeing that. So I gotta just call it out. I am a holder of it, but you see some projects like Johnny and me have been talking about Libra Finance, and it's a great DeFi platform that's doing really good things. And I do plan on getting into Libra, but I'm waiting at a point. If you check out this DeFi Llama has unlocks schedules as well. So I'm waiting for this Wisconsin voting style increase to the vesting schedule before I get in on this project. So it's just all about timing. You know what I mean? I can feel great about Libra and what they're doing, the bullishness of DeFi space in general. But I also got to keep in mind, there's going to be a time frame just about a month from now where a large increase in what's being released is going to hit the market. So this is from BitLab Academy. Kelly Kellum over there. He's calling out. Yeah, he was talking about the morning price action of Bitcoin. Bitcoin poised for a cup and handle breakout with price holding above the white trend line of support. He's got this marked at 28.7 right now as far as his mind's eye. But there's a caveat. The bulls will need enough juice to push higher, or will this be another bull trap? And I don't think it's a bull trap. I think that this is us. Yeah, we could go back down to like 26, or 27. But in essence, I really feel like Bitcoin's found its footing right here.
When are we going to 30? When are we going to 30?
When are we going to 30? I think, let's see here.
He doesn't know.
ETF approval?
He doesn't know.
Yeah, ETF approval would be like, if you hit
a fake ETF approval, another one?
ETF approval pushed us to 30. Yeah, a fake one pushed us to 30, and that was only out for like 10 minutes.
I know.
True.
Right?
Imagine if it were real.
I know. That's the thing.
A lot better.
Then that made me rethink my thesis. Like DZ asked me a few weeks ago, like, let's just say you wake up, a Bitcoin spot ETF is approved. I'm like, 5%. Very much less than what a fake news announcement of Bitcoin ETF being approved for 10 minutes.
Right. Now we kind of know what it's going to do.
I had to change my thesis. I'm thinking more like 20, maybe even 25% the day of. That's going to be an insane moment. But that is like the hyper bullish narrative for crypto. What I just laid out, expecting us to hit a $5 trillion market cap at the peak of the next bull run, is what I expect without having that BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF being approved. So, I'm trying to set us up for success, and if we're wrong, mega success. That's how I like to do things. Crypto Rover calling it out. Oh, what do you got?
I'm getting it says, who's the dollar store Zuck? If you're referring to me, maybe ask your mom. Yeah. So
Someone's saying that they don't think Bitcoin's bottom yet.
I know there's all kinds of people, and there's a lot of. I want to talk about that. So at 15K, there were many very popular crypto experts that
going
were
to 10.
sure. Yes, they were sure that we were going to 10K. DZ, me, I can't remember who. I think it was me, DZ, and BJ, and then TJ. All disagreed with that. We were looking at the cost to mine Bitcoin was at $19,000 when Bitcoin crashed down to 15K. So we made the assessment that the 15K level was the bottom and we were moving on up from there. Since that time has happened, and that actually, incidentally, I'm glad we're talking about this. This channel was formed for people to have a separate opinion from the 10K narrative and to tell people that the time is now to get your head out of your ass and stop expecting easier and easier things in your life. Nothing good in life is easy. And buying at the right time, you're going to feel like an idiot. So we had to come out and we had to tell them, stop expecting 10K, get your bags lined up now because this is the future. I feel very, very strongly about that. And there is no stopping this. There is only arbitrage that can happen in between. That being said, I'm glad you asked. No, you're probably not going to get 10K. Sorry you listened to hyperbolic speedballs tell you that was going to happen, but it's fake. So
the people that think that the bottom's not in, have they not been putting any money in?
I mean, I could say, all right, let's say a nuke goes off.
DCA, come on.
Nuke goes off, you got yourself a very hefty market crash, right? But you're going to have other problems besides that. That's why maybe prep and just buy Bitcoin. Prep and buy Bitcoin. Then you're worried about nothing because you're prepared in case it goes down and you're positioned as a well thought investor would be, planning on it continuing to improve and innovate. So yeah. Why is everyone drinking Waterloo at the company?
What they put in the fridge upstairs.
It's all Jen.
I really like.
It's just what she gets.
I really like these though. They have peach. They have blackberry. They're very good. So this is a subject. I've actually gotten in an argument with my loved ones about this.
I don't love sparkling water.
Is it bad for me to drink like 10 of these a day?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter?
You're good.
I'm good?
Is it just flavored water that's sparkling? Is that it?
I mean,
I would be way more concerned with the other drink that you have.
Oh yeah, this one? I know.
Yeah, that thing's what's going to kill
rock.
you.
Yeah,
not the water.
Speaking of being
sparkling
concerned,
water.
I'm concerned with some of the people in the chat why they come to the show.
Oh, what? We got some sad ones?
Yes, it's... Guys, there's so much more to Hannah than just her looks. Come on.
The Crimson Caravan, I have to say this. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Okay.
What?
I said ask your mom, and he said I'll need a medium to ask my mom, and now I feel bad.
Oh
so,
my
there you
God.
Go.
Now you feel bad.
Yep.
Now
Sorry about
you're
that.
the jerk.
I do kind of look like Mark Zuckerberg, though.
Honestly, you kind of do.
Except a little bit more personality.
Yeah. You are like a marathon person, though. You were making fun of me when I came upstairs about passing out. I came upstairs after the workout and he called me a sissy. And I couldn't even retort because I almost died. I was like, I need to get back into that actual... what do you call that? Endurance training or whatever. I just used to have to do training or jiu-jitsu for an hour straight, and that just about killed me a few years ago. So we have Jerome Powell still trying to act like a hawk. I love this meme, though. This explains everything. We could sit here and talk about treasury rates, bonds, and all this crap, but this is what's happening. Interest rates will be higher. Will be higher for longer. For longer. Interest rates will be higher for longer. And that really means rate cuts by the end of the year. And why this is how I feel is because they're sitting here telling the rest of the market that, it's going to be really expensive. Money is going to be expensive. Your interest rates are going to be huge. It's going to be the best, right? But guess what happens at the end of this year? Right around now, those election advertisements or commercials start coming out, and the narrative that things are going to get better or that they're not that bad is going to be coming into the mainstream media. And this is just the cycle that the Federal Reserve has played along with the elections for as long as I have looked back. I mean, it's been at least 50 years that they've done this. So essentially, I feel like the Federal Reserve cannot continue to raise interest rates in the same regard that they did in the 70s and 80s because houses don't cost $5,000 anymore.
Nope.
They're $500,000. There's a lot more on the line. It's a very simple concept to think about. So you can get lost in the weeds of treasuries and bonds and all the arbitrage in between, or just know that they're scamming you and they're going to turn the printer back on because the elections are coming. It's pretty simple. You know, pretty simple. Look at this. This is someone took an action shot of their dog while jumping out of the water.
Oh, no way.
Look at
real.
this dog.
That's real.
That majestic is the hair.
It looks like a kangaroo. Have you ever seen those kangaroos who like get up on their feet? Have you seen that before?
Yeah.
And they're like scary looking.
They're ready to box.
Oh my gosh. You can get
ripped.
messed up by a kangaroo.
And this is what it reminded me of. You guys ever watch Death Note?
No.
You don't know? This is Ryuk from Death Note.
Ooh.
And something about Death Note, they came out with a meme token that called L. And I don't know where L is right now. I should probably, when Owen pays attention, I'll get online. I'll find out where L is. But L token was one of the most successful airdrops I felt like I've ever seen. It was like a meme token that did an airdrop of its release to verified Twitter users that got integrated into its ecosystem. And all you had to do was just sign in with your Twitter. Okay. Nothing got hacked. I literally received an airdrop for nothing, and it was amazing. So I hope L token comes back. I don't know even if they keep track of it on. Oh yeah, they do. Let's see where it is on CoinMarketCap. Let's see. Oh man, this is not looking well, folks.
Wait, is this the thing you're just hyping up?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, the initial part was great, but look, it went so great, everyone dumped and never looked back.
That is what you call a dead project.
That is a dead project. Shout out to them,
know, guys. I got a good feeling about this one.
That was a good sacrifice that they did for the community, because they literally just like gave like $300 or $400. Some people, I think it was ranked on how many Twitter engagements you had, but you could earn more for your work on Twitter, your connections on Twitter. It was a really smooth release. Judging by the chart, probably not going to make it though. So pour some liquor out for them, because that was an absolute sacrifice. And just on the bow. All right, so now let's talk about BlackRock and the spot Bitcoin ETF. Yes, C90. I just found out it's dead. I'm glad I got the hell out of that thing immediately. Hey, I got out immediately. I'm doing great. So BlackRock amends Bitcoin ETF prospectus, acknowledging a fierce competition. Let's see what we got. So notable changes in BlackRock's new filing include acknowledgement of the competition in the race for a Bitcoin ETF approval, as well as detailed explanations on the product's pricing and reporting mechanisms. The world's largest asset manager filed its first spot Bitcoin ETF application under the title iShares Bitcoin Trust on June 15th this year. Yesterday's filing reads that there can be no assurance that the trust will achieve initial market acceptance and scale due to the competition. Interesting. Okay. The other significant difference is that the new filing is in the pricing details of the ETF in the periodic financial statements filed by BlackRock. So really just some kind of updates to the application, making sure everything's double crossed and I's or dies or dotted here. BlackRock is the third applicant to file for an amendment. We had ARK Invest, and then yesterday was Fidelity. So, and then I believe ARK Invest was at the beginning of the week. So we've seen over the past week the three kind of front of the line Bitcoin spot ETF agencies, one of them being BlackRock, the largest asset manager on earth, are redoing their application just slightly, just tweaking some things to make sure that it has the best chance possible to move forward. And yes, if a spot Bitcoin ETF does get approved, that is going to be insanely bullish for Bitcoin. I'm going to pull.
That was the chart.
That was the chart. I don't know which way you were going, if it was up and to the right, but
up. I was going straight up.
I feel so sad that no one I guess L kind of dropped off on advertising right after that airdrop, and it just makes no sense, like why they would be able to do that. I don't know. That's really weird.
They took an L for sure.
Yeah. And I don't know. I definitely feel like that project's done for, but man, that could have been something cool. I loved Death Note. So what do we have here? I'm going to go to, where's the gold price? This thing always gets lost in the translation. Hold on, Owen. I'm getting this whole history up. All right. So what do we got here? I got 30 years of price history for gold. So right here, 2004, get our faces out of there. So 2004 gold is when the spot gold ETF was approved. And as you can see, things have went well since then. I obviously feel that we should have a spot Bitcoin ETF available for the markets, and that Bitcoin is right in line with the value that, or the security and the store of value level that gold has right now. But I also keep in mind that the government confiscated gold in 1933 and gave notes, promissory notes of that confiscated gold. And then it took them all the way from 1933 up till 1974 to approve a gold futures ETF, not a spot, a futures ETF, a futures system that is easier to manipulate. And it took an additional 50 years from that time to approve, or no, not 50 years, about 30 years, right around 30 years, 30 years from that time to approve a spot Bitcoin ETF. We're talking about it with BJ yesterday's argument that maybe it's reasonable to see Bitcoin have that is because the increase of velocity and technological advancements. Okay, but honestly, the government's still in charge and they're still going to try to manipulate things if and while they can. So I just got to keep that in mind. That's why I'm trying to build the base level. Just in general, look for 5 trillion out of the market cap in the next bull market. If we hit 10 trillion, we're twice as good. And we're wrong. We were wrong about only hitting 5 trillion, but we're wrong in the right kind of way where you've done even better than you thought you would do. This was from Johnny. I know we covered it a little bit on the morning show, but Johnny and John Reed Stark, I mean, they have reasonable conversations. And this guy is basically just trying to paint crypto as a terrorism funding tool, and
it's bad, Drew.
Yeah, it's just bad. It's bad. It's bad.
Only
Johnny
bad people
replied,
use crypto.
Yeah, this is Johnny's reply that deserved to get him banned. The gaslighting and intellectual dishonesty from a so-called expert is shameful. And just showing the reports from CNBC. Now that we see this conversation sparking up in mainstream media, they're going to try to paint crypto as the bad guy in ties with these elusive, I don't even want to get banned, so I don't want to tell you exactly what they are. I can go on Rumble and go about this. Hudson, you think that's reasonable? I go on Rumble to explain the guts of this situation with the whole stuff, the black flag over the...
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I have to, right?
You have to go to Rumble and do that.
Rumble.
I know. But essentially, we're going to be painted as part of the bad guys. And it's not going to be a short-term thing that just kind of dissipates into the background, because their argument against crypto and its immutable transactions is so far from the truth. Cash is the most untraceable thing on earth. These vast majority of these transactions and funding processes happen in cash. So to act like transactions on a public ledger, on an open source blockchain, are dangerous for society is absolutely idiotic, but it's the narrative that's coming out. So I see that they're just bull moosing forward with this narrative, leaving logic far to the wind, and they're going to keep saying it over and over and over to the public until they believe it. If someone hears something, I think it's 73 times, they start to believe it's true. So all you have to do is just keep pounding that same message from trusted sources, and it becomes the reality. So just beware, spread the message about what they're trying to do right now before the people around you get infected with this idiotic idea, because it's very dangerous for humanity. We are at a precipice right now where dark government money has funded wars for as far as our history can document. We have a chance as humans to put the government up in front of the public spotlight, to have these transactions and this movement of money open to the public so that they can't keep funding these wars, keep killing people for their monetary interest, Lockheed Martin moving north, upwards and to the right because of all this that's going on in the Middle East. It's wrong. And this is our chance to stop it. It's a larger conversation, but take some ownership of the time frame that we're in right now, because while the getting's good and you can make them feel good about what they're getting into right now, that's the stuff that sticks, not telling them about it in mid 2025 when it's peaked, and then they get wrecked and they come back and just perpetuate this same talking point that we see from government and ex-government officials. What is it?
Nice.
Does I have a wizard?
Fun fact, Drew is on Rumble already, and he makes content, I think, like every morning.
Yes. Here's our Rumble. Stuff. I've been building it out. I make my own thumbnails. That's right. I make these things as I'm driving.
That was not bad.
I like this one.
You make them while you drive?
I do.
That's not
safe.
What? not.
Good.
I drive for a while. I'm sorry. You know.
Drew or anyone else, have y'all watched that piece on CNBC about the Bitcoin billionaire?
No,
The
what
guy,
was it?
he lived in Athens or whatever. He got arrested.
Oh no, we've been talking about that guy.
Yeah.
Yes,
But they made a piece on him, and it's just some interesting stuff. Apparently, the bug that he figured out on the Silk Road is when you go to check out, you double click the purchase or approve button. It would give you like extra Bitcoin
That's
or whatever.
it? That's all you had to do?
Something like that. But then he figured out a way, like
not bad.
he figured out the code to know how much Bitcoin he could take without like raising the alarm or whatever.
Was it? Yeah, it was Jimmy Zong, right?
J-
That was
yeah.
I think that was the guy's
And the
name.
way they like found him is he ended up doing a KYC on one of the exchanges with his name on it for like he put like $800 on or whatever. But the way they got him was kind of dirty. Like because he called and reported that $400,000 was taken from his house or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it was an inside job by the government personally. But he reported it and he said his name. So they're able to connect that with the KYC to all the stuff on the blockchain.
See?
Yeah.
They were
But
able to find
it's
it.
crazy. The cop came in and was just like, hey, we're here to help you get your crypto back or whatever. And he's like, and these are my two friends. And they were two guys from like higher up in the government that are like crypto experts of finding these people and stuff. And they're trying to like be all buddy with them. Like, oh, let's see around your house. And they're like looking for spots that he could be hiding stuff or whatever. And then he like opened his computer and like showed him his hot wallet and it had $60 million in it. So then they come back another time and they're like, all right, we have to get it to where he opens his computer and then walks away. So they get him to open his computer like, hey, can we check out the view of the lake or whatever? And when he does that, the other guy threw a thumb drive thing into the computer that makes the mouse cursor keep moving so it doesn't lock the thing down.
Yeah.
And while he's out on the deck, he's like, yo, by the way, I'm not actually so-and-so. I'm with the government, blah, blah. You're under investigation. And then a flood of police officers just come in and like, yeah, it's
They
crazy.
need to
Go
make a
watch
movie
it.
out
It's
of
on
that.
CNBC, but
That
I
needs
feel
to be a
bad for the
movie.
guy. Like, you know, he really didn't care about the money. He just wanted to have friends.
Yeah.
He was using money to try to make friends. And what's interesting to me is say like the whole Bitcoin thing didn't work out and all this Bitcoin went to zero. Would the government still be after him? Because he
Probably
goes,
not.
because at the time he
Probably
goes,
not.
I didn't think what I was doing was illegal.
Yeah.
He found a bug and exploited it, but the fact that it went up in price, it's like legal.
He just
whatever.
wanted a
But
friend.
it was at the time apparently it was worth like $600,000 that he took, and then it went all the way up to $3 billion.
That is so.
and they found
crazy.
a secret safe like buried under concrete of like. No, they didn't find it. They found a safe, but they also found like a Cheeto popcorn tin can with a towel in it, and they open it, and it's just like a motherboard that he got that had all the Bitcoin on it.
This has to be a movie.
It's great.
This is an
Yeah,
amazing
go on.
storyline.
It's on CNBC. It's pretty good.
Okay.
I feel bad for the guy. He's only in prison for a year, but yeah, it's very interesting.
It'll buff out. He'll
Yeah,
be fine.
it's interesting.
Martin Shkreli said it's not that bad.
And of course, the government put out there like, hey, like if any of this Bitcoin was yours, you can come get it. But of course, no one's gonna go get it because they're all buying drugs and pornography type things on there.
They don't wanna be tied
I don't
to it.
know. So no one's gonna claim that.
Well, that's absolutely crazy, man. He's just looking for some friends. And, you know, Chainalysis came out just talking about the connection of crypto funding all of these. I don't even want to say the word. I don't even know if YouTube will allow me to, but
Adactyl?
radicals. There you go. Chainalysis says some reports might be overestimating crypto's role in this financing. In the wake of recent Hamas attacks in Israel, crypto analytics firm Chainalysis said Wednesday that it's been receiving lots of questions about how terrorist groups might be using cryptocurrency, but it said that some reports about the supposed use might be overstating metrics and using flawed analysis. Although terrorism financing is a very small portion of a already very small portion of crypto transaction volume that is illicit, some terrorist organizations raise, store, and transfer funds using crypto. In this blog post, it was kind of the highlighting the dangers. Terrorist organizations have historically used and will likely continue to use traditional fiat-based methods such as financial institutions. What is that? Hawalas and shell companies as primary financing vehicles. Terrorist rogue nations, drug traffickers, and other criminals are using cryptocurrency to endanger our allies and U.S. national security. Elizabeth Warren co-wrote in an op-ed to Wall Street Journal Wednesday, along with Senator Roger Marshall. Remember that name, Roger Marshall? He hates crypto. He hates freedom. He probably hates me, and he might just hate you too. A Republican from Kansas. And so here's the deal. We need companies like Chainalysis to succeed. We need companies like this to be able to bring the truth about what's happening on chain and the actual amount that's being illicitly used, facts and robust statistics. We need institutions like this. Chainalysis is actually, this is a great segue. They're available. You can get invested into Chainalysis through our sponsor, Link2. You can click the link in the description. And they have access to Chainalysis, Ripple, a slew of other kind of crypto-focused firms in the traditional markets. And they get you around those pesky minimum investment needs. Nice. So you can get in for $5K on this newest round that's just opened back up. Their first round to get into, which we were advertising that. So first it was $2,500. They've closed it down. That filled up, sold out. So now they reopened it, $5,000 minimum on subsequent investments instead of the competitors, which are costing you at least $100,000 to get exposure to firms like this. There's the action right there. So, I am really thankful. We have Zach XBT, we have Arkham Intelligence. We have a slew of actual on-chain analytics firms coming up, and they're calling out the BS that these legislators are trying to wag in front of the American people. Naughty, naughty, naughty. No, actually 99 point whatever percent of all of this funding is done in fiat currency. Not to mention the amount of emissions that you use driving or creating or moving this information, these paper goods back and forth equates to, which actually exponentially larger than what Bitcoin uses as far as energy terms. So, it's just an argument that really aggravates me because they're going after the energy usage. They're going after the immutability and trying to tie it into Hamas and all this stuff. It's just a very aggravating situation. And they're going to use this, what's happening over there, to continue to take people's freedoms away. So you need to see it coming. You need to be outspoken about it and stop it from occurring. You still have a power here in the United States. Use your power, use your rights, or lose them. That's just where we're at right now. Some other stuff. This is just an outlook to give some people some context on what's going on out there. Military force numbers. So is Israel sitting right at around 170,000 regular soldiers with 360 reservists? Potentially another 40,000 could be called in with 300 tanks, 600 fighter planes. Okay. The USA, more than 30,000 soldiers, more than 100 aircraft at the base of Qatar alone. On each side of the aircraft carriers are about 90 more aircraft, helicopters, and drones. Pretty robust hardware. The reason why I wanted to show this, so Hamas is coming in just about 15,000 soldiers with the ability to bring in 50,000 more. Islamic Jihad, 8 to 9,000. But this is the big one. These two are the big ones. This is what the worry is right now on why I feel pretty confident that things are going to get worse on that side, is because Hezbollah and Iran make up immense amounts of soldiers and material. So if they do continue to get involved with Iran, and we see Iraq and Iran kind of getting set up on their border right now, it is not looking like it's going to get better. So you have to take your future and your prosperity into your own hands right now. And that's the whole thing of why I'm all about crypto, is by, capturing that sovereignty and putting my family in a position to actually win instead of being, subject or at the whim of whatever the Federal Reserve wants to do. And then increasing inflation and putting me basically in a position where I can't afford to feed them 5 years from now. If they keep printing at the rate that they are, hyperinflation will arrive in the United States. I know it's a hard thing to imagine, but yes, if we continue on this path for the next 10 years, we will experience hyperinflation. We need to change it before we get there. And Biden will be talking about all that crap at 8 p.m. tonight in the Oval Office, for whatever version of robot they decide to put out on stage tonight. That'll be interesting to see. Probably won't tell us much. Here's a good thing to keep in mind. This is from the dictator himself. This is highlighting a article from Yahoo about how 41% of Biden supporters and 38% of Trump supporters, nearly the same amount, support using violence against political opponents. And we need to step back. This is what Nick wrote. We have lost our common story, our mythos that binds us together. We are a nation of identities and tribes as of now, and unless a light is shown from a high hill soon, we will be lost. Don't get stuck in this vacuum of opinions where you have to not like your neighbor just because they don't vote the same way with you. Conversate with voters from all sides. Once conversation stops, chaos ensues. You need to keep conversation going. You need to keep your minds open for other ideas. Take in the information in a logical manner to be able to make a solid decision for yourself. Don't get stuck in this place of darkness where, yes, we have a problematic leader at the helm of the United States. I don't want him to fail. He's representing me in the United States right now. I didn't vote for him, but he is my president. I wish him well. I hope that he's actually doing well and that he does well, but it's not going that way. We have to be honest with ourselves. We are seeing more people wake up to it, but we're on the edge of conversation stopping. And I just want to say that the next step after conversation stops is nothing that anybody in the chat or that's watching at home wants, because conflict like that is not pretty. It's not what people imagine in the storybooks about running through and you look like Rambo and you're just being all cool. It's an ugly situation. So don't wish that on anyone. So we've been looking at SWE and Aptos for a long time. Obviously, SWE and Aptos, the price action, not ready to go. We've been looking at it because it was a group of developers that were involved with the Facebook Libra token, and that project was disbanded because Congress got mad at Mark Zuckerberg for minting currency outside of their purview. So the developers split up and basically went to Aptos and SWE. And so Aptos overnight halted operations for just a short time. It looks like it's resumed right now, but this is an important thing to notice here because it's a little blemish that they might have to fight against, just as Solana is fighting against the 7 or 8 or however many times they shut down today. Aptos blockchain is down for more than 4 hours, according to the Aptos Scan Block Explorer. On-chain transactions on the Move language blockchain. And Aptos has stopped the block, yada, yada, yada. The last transaction occurred at 7:11 UTC on October 19th and has been down for 4 hours. Like I said, I do believe it is up, back and running. Let's check in and see how Aptos is doing.
Aptos, what happened?
Aptos, my time frame, if you're looking and you really believe in Aptos, the time frame for me, I actually might be buying a bag of this, but not until right around February or March of 2024. Reason for that is because this is a deeper altcoin pick that I want to be closer to the Bitcoin halving before I kind of get involved with. It could be $10 when that time frame does, but this also could go the other direction if it's not altcoin season yet, and we do have to truly wait for that halving event to occur and then the market to really start moving forward from there. Aptos would be a move at that later time frame, but halting, it's going to have the same FUD that Solana deals with. Just keep that in mind.
Chart does not look great.
It's not looking great.
It does not look good.
It's not looking good. So, just hold off just a little bit. We still have Bitcoin dominance being very feisty, and they have good developers. Yeah, but it halted. So, they got to get better. And the Libra token never really took off. There's going to be a lot of different options that come out, a lot of different competitive new L1s, and those brand new L1s that come out in between January to April 2024 are going to be positioned perfectly to receive the limelight of crypto interest coming back to the market. Those ones that release in that time frame, or at least release a little bit ahead and start their marketing right about those are the ones that have explosive potential. This is Real War. The war I grew up with was just a big kid playing the sandbox. What's happening in Ukraine hasn't been seen in 70 years. Absolutely, Crimson. Absolutely. Man, it's not looking pretty over there. This is something I just want to highlight for how we can do well for the world, because I really think that these river catch systems, so what has happened,
like getting trash.
Yeah, they put these in India.
Oh, wow.
And this is the rivers coming out of India and China are actually the main source of release for plastic into the ocean. And
I believe it.
Yeah, they've
That's
had
disgusting.
Oh, I think I see a dead cow.
No, you might. But look at how simple this invention is. And then they just use existing infrastructure and excavators to clean out what's captured.
Disgusting.
And that would all make it in the ocean. They've been
Oh my
doing these
gosh,
for
are
a
those
while.
Birds? Do you see the birds?
Yeah, dude. I know.
Gross.
But look, the good part is it's being captured here and it doesn't keep going out into the ocean.
Where are they putting the trash?
That they have to, I believe they burn a large portion of it. So
Gross.
People
Ew.
bathe in that river.
They're breathing that?
well, they
bathe
try to
in that
recycle
water.
portions of it, but you only have so much
The
capacity.
smell would be terrible.
But if you're trading, maybe think about, helping companies that are doing these river cleanup projects. I know that, people in my kind of sector, they think, all us ESG things are dumb. I don't think that capturing plastic on its way out to the ocean is dumb. I
don't think
that's
it's dumb, but why is there all the plastic in the ocean to begin with?
Because people don't care.
right. The rivers pick up the plastic within the heavily dense city centers, and the people that are consuming and using those goods, it makes its way intrinsically to the water. Water pushes through the river out into the ocean, and that's where majority of it is released. And a large majority of where plastic comes from is China and India. So
Jeez. Think of the sea turtles.
yeah, man. Do some good. I think it's a good thing to clean out the water. I like clean water. We have Avalanche Labs betting on India for Avalanche growth. They're new hires for Polygon and OKX. So this is just cool to see. They're hiring, continuing to build out. I keep seeing OKX all over the place, so that's probably going to be something to watch. Ava Labs, the main developer on Avalanche blockchain, has poached 2 Polygon and OKX employees it looks to grow in India. I cannot say those names. These 2 individuals have joined Ava Labs as head of India business development lead for India and help increase Avalanche's adoption in the country. Avalanche, another one. I know Nick's been all about Avalanche. I think it's still
Nick loves Avalanche.
Yeah, he's always loved Avalanche. It runs good. I mean, it's a great project, right? This actually might be a lovely buy spot. $9.
I like that it has, if you look at the Avalanche logo, it's an A, but it's also a mountain.
What do you think of the name Avalanche?
I like it.
It
I
scares
like
me
it.
because I know what an avalanche is, and I hope that doesn't happen to the project.
I think of an avalanche of gains, bro.
I'm thinking
I
of
feel
like a chart going down.
Yeah. Oh god. Just up and then down.
I don't know.
God.
I just think the name.
Their logo matches their all-time price history.
I actually did notice that. Look.
Wow.
That's
Look at
beautiful.
That. Look at
I
that.
hope that changes.
That's their logo right there. Okay. Well, let's see if it even cut down. You see how they got the cut
Yeah.
right there?
Wow.
Got the
Art.
cut.
Crypto.
Guys, I
art.
can't see anything. He's freaking. I'm like this because all the cameras.
Yeah.
I can't
I
see
can
half
see
the screen.
You're done
everything.
for.
I can see everything.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna have to buy one of these things. Look at this.
What is that?
This is a ring drone. Get me out of the way here, on.
Oh, I saw
yeah,
this.
this is good.
This is crazy.
This is so stupid.
Just imagine some tannerite.
Oh my god. That's
know?
so dumb.
I love this. What is dumb about this? Why would you not want
When
that?
does the
I don't
drone
want
go
that
off? When
flying
there's
around
like
in
a
my
sensor?
house. And I think the chat would agree. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I already have an Amazon. They already know where to find
You
me.
wake up to the drone just like
Look.
looking at you.
Yeah,
while
like,
you're
it's
sleeping.
probably loud. Hold on a
I'm gonna-
second. It's probably really loud. And they're
You
not
think so?
advertising that. Oh my gosh, it is. Drones
Yeah.
are
Let's-
so loud. Could you imagine just being in your house?
Well, this has
Just hearing
smaller
zzz.
fans. This has smaller
It's probably
fans.
going to sound like a swarm of bees.
I don't know.
That's true, huh? That would kind of be
This is-
stressful. It'd be like.
We're not ready for
This
this.
would be cool on the outside of the house, not the inside.
Well, here's the one for the outside.
Oh, there is one.
Yeah, there's one for the outside. I am looking at.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm
It
not.
looks like a water cooler.
Yeah, it is a water cooler basically. So let's see here. Where I found the video earlier. This thing basically
my
just
God.
lives. This is about 3
It says
feet
meet
wide.
the beehive. Yeah, because it sounds like a bunch of bees.
we must
Dude,
shoot it
I think
with
I need
guns.
to get. No, I want my own that are armed themselves, and then they just
Jeez,
fly
true.
around my property. Isn't I just that sounds so fantastic to me? Am I crazy for thinking that?
I mean,
How
it's
much are these?
cool.
Hold on. How much are these?
Let's find out.
Because you could invest
Probably
all that in
GoFundMe or
Avalanche
something.
and then be a.
Look, they leave
trillionaire
it. They
the
leave it
next bull run.
unknown. They don't give me a pricing. Oh, here we go.
They hide the price. That means it's really expensive.
Cost per hour. God, they charge per hour. That's not
hour?
A good, that's not a good
It's like
sign.
having
out.
an employee.
That's yeah, and they try to do it like it's a security guard. This is the future.
No way.
Is this security being
Oh my God,
outsourced?
they
And you
broke the
probably
pricing
just,
down
you
like
probably
this?
just rent
Yeah.
it.
This means it's really expensive. It's like they're just, yeah, they're making you do math.
Oh man, I
all
wanted
the girl math
I
to
wanted
make
a
it sound
war
like-
drone though. You guys are flooding my war drone bags. I'm trying to get these things together. Modern problems call for modern solutions.
How
And-
could it
chat.
take several weeks to install?
Let's see
You're
here.
like, how do you set this thing up?
Yeah, you gotta like
Doesn't
set the
seem that
parameters.
complicated.
Yeah,
This
let's
is
watch
wild.
Yeah, this is,
Neighbors
I don't
would
know
be
what to
freaked
expect
out.
here.
Like imagine just having a drone going around your house every once in a while. The neighbor's like, what is going on?
So you set the parameters right here.
Kind of like the vacuums that go through the house or whatever.
Yeah,
The Roombas?
yeah, the Roombas. You know, I named my dog Roomba because he acts just like a Roomba.
You know that there's companies out there that have like, it's the same thing as like a Roomba, but it's a lawnmower.
Mhm.
There it
It
is.
mows your
Mhm.
grass.
Dude, I mean,
I
I'm
want
down for
that.
this. And there's all kinds of times where it's like, what was the bump in the night? And like, I'm just laying there. I have my weapon next to me, but I just don't feel like moving. It'd be great to have a drone to just drive around and go check it out.
I have a light that is motion censored.
Here we
and goes
go.
off at night.
Veteran
Scares
Crypto's
the crap
probably
out of
bringing me the alpha here. DJI Mavic. Okay. I'm going to look into that.
That's a
I'm gonna look into
regular
that.
drone. That's like a.
Is
yeah,
it?
That's what cinematographers use and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a
I'm
great
gonna have
drone.
to get one. Okay.
Expensive.
DVI.
DJI is like the brand.
DJI.
Okay.
DJI.
Mavic.
Mavic.
Let's get this. Because I
But
want
you
one of
have-
these.
Like you have to drive these things, right?
Well, you also
You
can
gotta,
only
like,
fly
yeah.
in certain areas and stuff.
That's not
and-
bad.
Not bad.
2 G's. Okay. I mean, it's got to be
Yeah.
a pretty robust
But then you
one.
have to
Y'all
get like
got
your,
that in your
you have to get your
budget?
drone
I
license.
sure do, Hudson. I've been in crypto for a while.
Aaron, check out this lawn.
Cool.
On
Let's
golf
see
courses.
here.
I want one.
Mavic Pro.
want
I
one.
might have to get this thing because it could probably handle weight. I wonder if it could handle weight. In
Nah.
Airsoft, we mounted a 9mm under one of these, and we actually were able to find good experience with it on the field. So I have experience.
Yeah,
with
how
that.
is how? Surely they're designing drones out there to like have guns and stuff.
Oh,
on them.
they are. Oh,
If they don't
are.
What a
already.
way to go
Yeah.
to get killed by a drone.
I mean, it's better than a 12-year-old. You know, if you're on a airsoft field and you get dusted by an airsoft drone, it's easier than a 12-year-old.
War should just be decided by video
doing
games
it.
now. Just play like have the best in the world play like Call of Duty against each
Yeah.
other. Whoever wins.
Veteran Crypto
wins
bringing
the war.
out, yes. And again, Veteran Crypto calling it out. He's calling out Pegasus software. They already have backends into your phone, into your privacy anyways. That's why they know me. If they want to try and make a martyr out of me, I've done nothing wrong. I'm not worried about anything. I'm an outspoken American that's exercising my First Amendment and Second Amendment rights. And if that is a problem, let's make a big deal about it. So, that's how I feel. I'm going to get some heavy duty drones. Hannah had brought me in a drone and I never grabbed it. I wondered, did you grab it? Or TJ's brother might have. I got to find out where that one went.
TJ's brother is very big into
Yeah.
POV drones or where they are. So
I got to get me some. Well,
yeah.
you guys, it's been fantastic. Hudson, it was really nice having you on the show. How'd you feel? How'd you feel like you did?
Well, I feel like I did okay. The last time I was on, I did horrible.
So like this is like less horrible.
Yeah, this is
Show 'em some love,
definitely
guys.
less
Nice,
horrible.
nice.
Show him some love.
Nice. Aaron, you're an absolute G, man. I appreciate you coming on the show.
I do what I can.
Yeah, dude.
I do what I
love
can for the people.
You're
I'm not
really,
on X. Actually, I have 2 accounts.
Aaron is like so smart when it
At
comes.
Hudson Hancock.
I'm smart.
You have, you're really socially intelligent on what's popping, what's what people are paying attention to. So I just appreciate you staying on that.
Thanks,
you
Drew.
know?
I'll slide you a 20 after this.
I mean, like I stay online and try to stay up with the news constantly, and then you always have something else that I didn't know. So appreciate you, man. Owen, what is the deal today? Are you guys having ATB?
No.
No.
No ATB today.
Scout.
Well, appreciate everyone joining us. Shake and Bake, Mario Cantanis, C90 FTW, Bob from Accounting, Shake and Bake, Tommy, DOD Slave, Veteran Crypto. You all are fantastic. And of course, Nicole, Minnis, and Sin Diesel, the absolute OGs, Crimson Caravan. Until next time, we will be going live tomorrow as well. Hopefully some
course.
awesome stuff happens. We'll see if I am short-term invalidated and the Bears come back out and just say 20K inevitable no matter what. Doubt it, though. And until then, I'll
Go
see you
touch
later.
some grass.
Touch it. Touch it.